Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, December 11th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Hey, here is your daily reminder to shop local, and you get another great opportunity tonight with the second of 3 Midnight Madness evenings in downtown Annapolis. Get out there and support our local businesses. And here is your OMG fact for the day. The word robot comes from the Czechoslovakian word robotovat, which actually translates to work very hard. But now we have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? Annapolis Mayor Jared Littman has made the first of several planned major personnel moves, announcing that City Attorney Michael Liles has left his post effective immediately after 6 years as the city's top lawyer. Liles, appointed in 2019, was praised by the mayor for serving with integrity and professionalism. His tenure, however, has included some difficult and very public legal battles that did not always go Annapolis's way. Ongoing federal civil rights and fair housing cases brought by residents of the Housing Authority of the City of Annapolis Properties, a 2020 settlement and consent decree that saw the city and HACA each pay about $900,000 to resolve discrimination claims, and an early round dismissal of the city's climate change lawsuit against major fossil fuel companies that is now on appeal. Now, the Baltimore Banner has also added something to the mix, and they are reporting that a motion filed in that federal lawsuit against the city bore the hallmarks of artificial intelligence use, with non-existent cases and fabricated quotations cited in the filing. Liles had previously resigned from the city in 2023 after being nominated as the Maryland's Bar Council, but when the Supreme Court of Maryland rejected that nomination outright, he returned to Annapolis until now. Assistant City Attorney Carrie Berger has been named the acting city attorney to maintain continuity while the city's Human Resources Department begins recruiting a permanent replacement. Under the city code, the Office of Law serves as the mayor's legal arm, advising the mayor, council, departments, boards, and commissions, and handling risk management, contracts compliance, and drafting a review of legislation responsibilities that will be front and center for whoever takes the role next. The Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park is getting ready to chase away the winter doldrums, or maybe we'll just tolerate them, with its 2026 Winter Lecture Series. 8 Thursday evening talks running January 8th through February 26th at the museum's Eastport campus, with in-person and virtual options. The series opens up on January 8th with senior environmentalist Julia Moya explaining how Poplar Island restoration project turned dredged material into new wetlands and wildlife habitat in the middle of the bay. January 15th, acclaimed Naval Academy historian Dr. Craig Simons digs into Annapolis Goes to War and the class of 1940 at the dawn of World War II, followed by January 22nd and Tom Gay's Chesapeake Bound, a book. It's a look at colonial Annapolis through the eyes of indentured servants. January 29th brings sailor and author David Gendell with The Winter's Visitors, tying a secret 1941 battleship visit and a quiet presidential trip to Annapolis to the early days of the Allied code breaking. On February 5th, historian Richard Bell zooms out with the American Revolution and the fate of the world, tracing how the war reshaped the lives on 6 continents. February 12th, archaeologist Dr. Julie Shalipsky shares the story of discovering Ben Ross's home place and the birthplace landscape of Harriet Tubman, while February 19th highlights Columbia Beach down in South County. It's the gem of the bay, an historic African-American waterfront community now on the path to National Historic Register. The series does wrap up on February 26th with avian ecologist Alex Pellegrini's Ospreys on the Patuxent, detailing how these raptors became one of the bay's conservation success stories and what it will take to keep them thriving. Tickets are $10 for the general public, while the First Mate members and above get in free with early access to registration. Details and tickets at amaritime.org. The Maryland Reentry Resource Center is sounding an urgent year-end alarm, asking for donations to keep its reentry services running smoothly at the very moment demand is peaking. Executive Director and founder Vanessa Bright says that the organization is squeezed by the way its funding works. Most support comes through reimbursable grants. meaning that Maryland Reentry has to pay up front for everything: staff salaries, housing support, IDs, transportation, and job training, and then wait months for the reimbursement. That cash flow gap is especially painful during the holidays when more people coming home from incarceration need help with basics like housing, work, and staying connected to family. The stakes are high. Roughly 95% of the people in prison will come back to a community, and without stable support, Maryland's recidivism rate remains above 40%. From its base here in Annapolis, Maryland Reentry helps returning citizens get documents, navigate housing and employment, access treatment, and rebuild their lives. But Bright says that the work depends on immediate private support to bridge the time between service and reimbursement. Individuals, businesses, congregations, and civic groups can donate through the Plant Hope and Fund Second Chances campaign, or learn more ways to get involved at mdrrc.org. That's mdrrc.org, where even modest contributions help keep the doors open, lights on, and second chances within reach. You want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight this weekend. This week, I am chatting with Kristen Peronis, who is the head honcho and the big cheese at Visit Annapolis in Anne Arundel County. That's going to drop at Saturday at noon. And in closing, one of the best ways to stay up to date on the local news is to receive our daily news recap email, which is sent out at 7 p.m. every single night. It is free, it is paywall free, and I'm putting a link right here in the show notes for you to sign up. And please feel free to let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about it as well. All right, that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Mac-Medics. So now you just need to sit back because George Young is here with your Eye on Annapolis local weather, and Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minute. All that's coming your way, so hang tight.
Looking for a holiday tradition that doesn't require bundling everybody out of the car? Pile the family, friends, and even the dog into the car and head to Lights on the Bay at Sandy Point State Park. From November 23rd through January 1st, the Chesapeake Bay shoreline turns into a 2-mile drive-through wonderland with more than 70 sparkling light displays and a scavenger hunt to keep the kids busy between wows. It's open every night, including holidays, so you can make it your go-to plan after dinner, after shopping, or after you finally untangle those lights at home. Best of all, every ticket benefits the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, helping care for animals in need all year long. Skip the wait at the gate. Get your tickets in advance at lightsonthebaymd.org. That's lightsonthebaymd.org. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Thursday, December 11th. Cold again today through the weekend into early next week across the Annapolis region with a brief respite on Saturday, and we might even see a little snow late Friday and again on the weekend. Look for highs today in the upper 30s with gusty winds out of the west, making it feel more like upper 20s to lower 30s, followed by more upper 30s tomorrow with a very small chance for a few PM snowflakes, ahead of a relatively nice day Saturday with mixed skies and temperatures in the mid-40s, with the best chance for some snow coming overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, with a chance for a little measurable snow with highs Sunday only in the low to mid-30s, with more low to mid-30s expected 4 p.m. highs on Monday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. The Muddy Creek Artists Guild is having their holiday art show and sale. The calendar says today, tomorrow, and Sunday, but last week it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, Monday, check out their ornament workshop for December. They have a different theme each week, and keep an eye out for new classes coming up in the new year. At Local by Design, this Saturday and next Saturday, they're doing a sip and shop open house at their gallery over near Chickapin Round Road, where you can pop in and check out some of the local artists and find some great gifts. At Art Farm in Annapolis, today, check out community figure drawing. Tomorrow, they have a holiday herb wreath workshop, as well as mystery art making, which is a chill night of art exploration and hanging out. On Sunday, there's Vibe Flow and Chill Yoga, as well as a do-it-yourself wrapping paper monoprinting workshop. And then on Tuesday, there's their watercolor pop-up workshop. And registration is open for their art bar, family art night, podcasting workshop, more creative circle, and others. And their kids' art camps are still going on. Today, there's watercolor, liquid acrylic, and ink for grades 7 through 10. Saturday, there's Art and Identity, Express Yourself for grades 4 through 6, as well as a kids' art school for grades 1 through 3. On Monday, there's a kids' art school for ages 4 through 5, and another kids' art school for grades 1 through 3, as well as fashion design, sketching, and conceptualizing for grades 6 through 9. On Tuesday, they have a kids' art school for grades 1 through 3, as well as another one for grades 4 through 6. And then on Wednesday, there's drawing and painting for grades 4 through 6, as well as hand-drawn comics for grades 3 through 5. And registration is open for kids' art camps coming up in January, including more kids' art schools, drawing and painting, comics, fiber arts, and more. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today, Glen Burnie has a STEAM club. Bush Annapolis has Tween Lego Hour for ages 9 through 13. Deal has an art night, making friendship bracelets. And Mountain Road has What's Cooking? If you give a mouse a cookie, cookie swap. Tomorrow, Linthicum has Little Explorers Construction. Odenton has Make and Mingle. And Glen Burnie has a Lego club. On Saturday, Eastport Annapolis Neck has Build It with Lego, as well as a Winter Crafternoon. Severna Park has Pre-K Process Art. Maryland City has Science Saturdays, Hibernation. Linthicum has a winter painting workshop. Bush Annapolis has a winter decor workshop, as well as Flicks with Sticks, Watching Annie. Broadneck has a Lego challenge. Edgewater has owl pellet dissection with CIRC, the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center. Odenton has machine sewing basics. And Mountain Road has Stitch and Chat. On Tuesday, Glen Burnie has Little Artist Process Art. Severna Park has Mindful Making. Broadneck has the Broadneck Needle Crafters. And Linthicum has Cook the Book with retro classics. And then on Wednesday, Deal has a Winter Wednesday Crafternoon. And Eastport Annapolis Neck has Mad Hatter's Knit and Crochet Club. And if you're a fan of woodworking, check out the Annapolis Woodworkers Guild. They have their monthly meeting the second Thursday of each month. The next one would be tonight. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.